Alright guys, I've had a couple of guys ask me how do I get past the immobilizer on my 1UZ vvti swaps. Here's a 94 Toyota pickup that my buddy and I are building, and we're pretty much 99% done with the electronics on the driveline swap. So I'm going to share with you guys what I've done on the immobilizer. Of course, these 1UZ vvti motors have the ECU and they have an immobilizer on it. The immobilizer is powered up through that gray plug right there. What you need to do, if you're lucky enough to find one of these VVTIs in your local junkyard, when you pull it, of course, get the engine harness, cut this gray plug out of the body harness. You should also go to the steering column and pull out this RFID amplifier and the antenna that goes around the key ring. This has a copper coil in it, and it's an antenna which stimulates the RFID coil. It's an RFID chip, and it sends a signal to the ECU and say, okay, everything's good, start up. Also grab the pigtail. The pigtail will have 5 wires. A ground right here, 12 volts right here, and 3 wires that wind up going to this gray plug. If you're going a 5-speed manual, which is what we've done here in the truck, you can eliminate all of these wires except for the 3 that you need to go to this. And that's what I've done here. This gray wire plug right here, I'm only using 3 wires, and 3 of them go to the immobilizer parts, and 2 of them, the other 2, are power and a ground. What I did, I went on eBay. Since there are 5 wires here, I went on eBay and bought some shielded cable that had 5 conductors in it, and I connected all 5 to the pigtail, and then they go up through and to the ECU. So I'll take this gray plug right here and plug it in. Now, what I found here with this is the antenna, and it can be unplugged. I'm gonna drop the phone for a minute. Alright, you can unplug it. So what I said I'll do here is I went on eBay, found a little electronic project box, and you can crack it open. And I took this box and I took this coil right here and I put it in the box. Now the coil is a little bigger than the box, so what I did, I got some rough grade sandpaper and I just filed the sides down till it just fit inside the box. And at that point I took some epoxy, so here's another one, and I laid some epoxy inside the box to stabilize the coil so it'll stay in place. And then I took the lid, drilled a hole in it, and now it'll close up. What you could do at that point, you could drop your key inside here, drop your key inside, put your lid on, plug in that, and with that wired up, which I've completed here for the setup that's in this truck right now, it's all wired up to the ECU. Here's the amplifier, and here's the box that simply has the key in it. So everything fired up and ready to go. And what I can show you is without the key in the box, I can attempt to start it. Nothing. So now I can take the key, lay the key in the box, keys in the box. Got to turn it off, turn it back on so it can read, and about it, once it's running, you can actually take the key out and it'll continue to run until you turn it off, and you have to reinsert your key in order for it to start again. Now, there's different creative things you could do. One thing I'm thinking about doing is taking this ring and actually laying it inside a cup holder. Epoxy it in, and then you can get in, just drop your keychain or your key in the cup holder and start the car and it'll run. I extended the pigtail here to the ECU, but I'm really thinking next time I'm just going to extend this wire. So this will be behind the glove box. The amplifier will be behind the glove box somewhere, and then I'll just extend these wires to the antenna, which is only 2 wires, and place my antenna like in a cup holder. And I'll just drop my keys in the cup holder, start it up with the push button start, and go on. Got any questions, you can hit me up on YouTube. Thanks.